Hear me out. A Minecraft movie could be great. And when I say a Minecraft movie, I'm literally referring to the movie called A Minecraft Movie, the one that's coming out in 2025 with Jason Momoa, Emma Myers, Danielle Brooks, Jack Black, and Sebastian Eugene Hansen. I heard that there are gonna be cameos in this movie as well, like from Valkyrie and people like her, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, I covered a Minecraft movie months ago. However, back then we had pretty much very little information. Now we've got that teaser trailer and that small clip of the crafting table scene, you know, the one that's like, this is a crafting table. Now we have a lot more stuff to go off of, and I personally think that this movie could possibly be great. At first, I was kind of weirded out by everything, the live action look of the movie and the mobs and the terrain, but after sitting with it for a while, I'm really digging this style. If you've only watched the teaser trailer for a Minecraft movie, then I can understand why you would think a certain way, but I implore you, please watch the exclusive insight video, the one that's posted on Minecraft's YouTube channel. You'll be able to see an interview with a producer and the director of a Minecraft movie, and they go more in depth into why this is live action and just the creative choices behind the textures and just the look of the movie. You'll also get to see the crafting table scene, this is a crafting table, and I feel like that's a really important clip to watch because it shows more of Steve and Garrett, Jason Momoa's character. It shows the crafting table and how things are actually crafted and how they manifest into form, which I really like how they execute that. It just kind of pops in this unashamedly loud way. I like that, and I like the look of the items, the sword, the buckets. It's got that Minecraft texture while also being live action. You just get to feel more of the tone of this movie, and it's definitely campy. That's what I would use to describe this movie. Campy for sure, but I think there is a place for campy movies, and if done right, campiness can very easily be charming, and so far, I'm charmed. I will say it did get a little bit to get used to. As I mentioned, before I saw this exclusive insight video, I was kind of skeptical just from the teaser trailer alone, but with all of that context and just the reasonings behind why this movie is being made and how it's being executed provides more clarity to the audience, and this was very well needed. And now when I look back at the teaser trailer, I have a completely different perspective of what this movie can be, and I think it looks great now. There's this newfound appreciation when you look at the teaser trailer, because now you know that most of the sets are practical. If you've seen the exclusive inside video, people actually built that, painted that, polished that, all of that stuff. It's actually there physically. I think Danielle Brooks mentioned that in her interview months ago, but now to see it, it's really impressive. I'm an aspiring filmmaker myself, so this is not easy to do at all, so I'm very impressed with the set design. There definitely is green screen, but I'd say a good amount of this is practical, and so round of applause for that. Now looking back at the teaser trailer, I understand the creative decisions, and because of that, I really like most of the design choices, whether it be for the mobs or the terrain. I think the villages look beautiful, and that opening shot of the valley canyon, I just love that. I think it looks gorgeous. I've seen people animate this teaser trailer like in the style of Minecraft, and honestly, the animations are impressive, but I kind of prefer the live action look. Please don't crucify me. I don't know, I just prefer the live action. I think the water in the live action looks so beautiful. You can also kind of see the villagers in the distance and some chickens on the bottom left corner of the screen. They look good. The zombie pigmen or piglets, whatever you want to call them, they looked absolutely horrifying and disgusting at first, but honestly, after just sitting with it for a while, I dig it. I really dig it. I love their glowing eyes. I think it's great. The ghasts look awesome as well. The sheep, now this is going to be very polarizing. At first, I thought the sheep was the stuff of nightmares, but then I actually looked at the design of the Minecraft sheep, like the video game one, and now comparing it side by side, it actually looks pretty accurate. At first, I didn't know why the sheep in the live action movie was cross-eyed, but that's because the one in the game is also cross-eyed, so it's actually pretty darn accurate, so the sheep gets a pass in my book. And if you've seen the exclusive inside video, at the end, there's this little bee that flies around the screen, and that bee looks so adorable. I love the design of the bee, so I hope that that is the standard for for how the mobs will look like and just the other animals and creatures. However, the only two design choices that I'm not particularly sold on is number one, the llama in the teaser trailer. I don't know why the llama looks like that, because in the video game, the llama looks pretty darn cute, but that llama is demonic. Not sure why it looks like that. Second thing, we see a little clip of a creeper sneaking behind Garrett. You can't really tell in the clip, but the head of the creeper is a little too long and big in my opinion. If you go to IMDb, there's this photo of a creeper behind Jack Black's character Steve, and you can see it in more vivid detail. And I think you'll agree that the head of the creeper is too long and a little too big. So I hope this is like a Sonic the Hedgehog situation where the people working on this movie takes feedback from the audience and makes some quick adjustments to the designs before the movie actually gets released. We saw it work wonders for the Sonic movie, and now it's like a beloved franchise. The third one is coming out soon, I think, in December, I believe. So I hope that the people working on this film listen and just make some minor tweaks, because I think most of the designs are actually great. It's just that some designs could be a little bit better. And actually, third thing, I mentioned that I loved the texture and look of the terrain, and that's mostly true, but sometimes, especially in that second opening shot where all the characters are like walking towards that river, that shot, I feel like the terrain with all that mountains and stuff, I feel like it's a little too cluttered. There's a lot of stuff going on visually, and it's just a bit messy. So I hope there aren't that many shots like that, and that the terrain is a bit more spaced out, because there's just like a lot of grass and flowers just popping out of the ground, and there's that like small tree that just looks weird. So I hope there's less of that and there's more cohesion when it comes to the terrain. But the villages look great. The sky looks beautiful and the water is gorgeous. I love the look of the water. So good. In terms of the performances, as I mentioned, if you've seen the crafting table scene, this movie has a pretty campy tone, and campy is super valid in my opinion. So I don't mind that. However, I will say that I think this movie has a lot more heart than it's letting on. If you look at the description under the teaser trailer video, you'll see the plot of the movie and the storyline. And honestly, it has some pretty deep themes and topics that it's presumably going to explore. Talking about how creativity is essential to one's survival, and how this story is about this adventure that challenges these 5 characters to reconnect with the qualities that make each of them uniquely creative, and how this adventure in the overworld will eventually help them back in their real world with their quote-unquote ordinary struggles. I really like that. So we have this group of misfits, these quote-unquote failures. They're down on their luck. They don't really believe in themselves anymore. But through this adventure of just having to open up their imagination and creativity, they, I guess, learn to love themselves again and learn to reconnect with the things that make them love life, and just the things that want to make them creative and be imaginative. And then they can use that back in the real world to help them with their own struggles. That's pretty good. And you know, the cast is pretty stacked. You have Jack Black, Jason Momoa, Emma Myers, Danielle Brooks, and sort of newcomer Sebastian Eugene Hansen. He's been in some stuff, but I think Minecraft for sure will be his big break. It's worth pointing out that all these actors have been, well, except for maybe Sebastian, in campy movies or campy projects. You know, Jason Momoa was in Aquaman The Lost Kingdom, which was pretty campy. Emma Myers was in Wednesday, which has its campy moments. Jack Black has been in the Jumanji movies, which are so campy, and Danielle Brooks has been in Orange is the New Black, which also has its campy moments. Sebastian, I'm not so sure. But these people know how to be campy, so that is something, and I believe this cast works. We don't really know what the 4 human characters' deals are. We know that Jason Momoa's character, Garrett, the garbage man Garrison, is like this video game tournament champion. He's just really good at video games, I guess. I'm not sure why he's called the garbage man. Maybe he's like a disgraced video game champion. Maybe he was in a scandal or something. Who knows? But yeah, that's the deal with him. Maybe there will be conflicts between him and Steve, because Steve is like the veteran of this Minecraft world, but Garrett is also a video game champion, so he might think that he knows better than Steve. So there's that little conflict there, if you want to call it that. Then you've got Sebastian's character, Henry. He's most likely the point of view character, aka the main character, you could say. I believe he was described as this kid who's going through a rough time, but he's got a lot of imagination and creativity, and he's gonna need to harness that and develop that that to survive the overworld, which is this Minecraft world. He's holding that like little blue cube thing. Jason Momoa also holds it at one point in the trailer, but I think that's like a really important object. Maybe anything that Sebastian or Henry can imagine, it'll just plop out. Who knows? But yeah, Henry seems to be a pretty interesting protagonist. I like the performance that Sebastian's giving so far. It's not too over the top. He's giving a bit more of a sincere performance, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. I think it's a good contrast so far. Then we've got Emma Meyer's character, Natalie. She seems to be either Henry's sister or babysitter or caretaker. There's that one shot of Emma holding Sebastian, so she's protective of him for whatever reason. They're probably family, so that'll be another interesting dynamic of just Natalie trying to protect Henry throughout the movie. I wonder what their dynamic is gonna be like, if it's just gonna be like that or if there's something deeper going on. But yeah, Natalie, we don't have much of a grasp on what her potential deal is. And then we've got Danielle Brooks' character, Dawn. And her character is the one that I have completely no idea what's going on with, because it seems like the clothes that they're wearing in the teaser trailer are clothes that they wore from the real world into the overworld. It's not like the overworld gave them those costumes. They were already wearing those clothes in their real life. So then that begs the question, what exactly is Dawn's deal? What is this go-kart race car attire that she's got going on? I'm not sure, but it seems like Dawn and Natalie are gonna bond in this movie, and maybe they're quote-unquote the voice of reasons, or just the straight men, so to say. They like represent how an average person would act in this scenario of just being like, what the heck is going on? Whereas the rest of the characters are a bit more like unnerved by this whole thing, but Dawn and Natalie seem to be shaken the most, so that could be really fun. But yeah, I am intrigued to find out what Dawn and Natalie's deals are. I think the music so far is good. I liked the Beatles song that they chose for the teaser trailer. However, I have seen that people want the movie to also incorporate the music from the actual Minecraft video game, and I think that's a very reasonable request, because Minecraft has one of the most iconic like soundtracks, especially video game soundtracks of all time. So I do hope that those are included in the film. A few more things. I covered this film months ago, and I'm pretty sure I know that the Ender Dragon is going to be in this movie, and that's probably like the main goal of this movie, is to slay the Ender Dragon and get back to the real world. I hope that they don't show the Ender Dragon in any of the trailers. That's like one of my biggest wishes, because I really like the art style and just the look of this movie, so I really want to just see the Ender Dragon for the first time in the theaters. So that's one of my biggest wishes. Please do not show the Ender Dragon. I think they will show the Ender Dragon in the trailer, but please don't. It's gonna be so cool to see like the Nether and the End and all just the different terrains and realms in this movie. It's gonna be awesome. And you know, this teaser trailer definitely split the internet in half. I'm seeing a lot of people just bashing on this movie, but I've also seen a good amount of people, especially under the exclusive insights video, saying that, you know, after watching this interview and the new scene, that there's a lot more context now and they have more faith in the movie. I also noticed that the people that are generally favoring positively for this movie are on the much younger side, like they're children, and generally people that are negative towards this movie are on the older side. That's the trend I'm seeing, so that's something to think about. And I think this movie is definitely like targeted at the younger audience, but I don't know, I'm not that young and I find it pretty attractive. I feel like there's more than meets the eye with this movie. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's that shot of the wolf slash dog. I don't know what this creature is actually, but that design is pretty cool. I like that. And I feel like, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I feel like the teaser trailer isn't showing you because it's a teaser. I hope that they do a really good job at marketing this movie and the tone in the next trailer, because I feel like that will make or break the success of this movie. We've seen that like bad marketing can hurt a movie a lot. We've seen that unfortunately with Transformers 1. I really loved that movie, but the marketing for that was not the best. And we've seen how it hurt that movie in the box office. So this next trailer for a Minecraft movie needs to be good. I'm already sold on it, but the general public needs to be swayed here. So I'm praying, I'm hoping that the next trailer encapsulates everything that's going to be great about this movie, because I do see potential here, lots and lots of potential. But no matter how the next trailer is perceived, I will be there in theaters for a Minecraft movie on April 4th, 2025. Mark your calendars. I'll see you there. And as the tagline for this movie says, be there and be square. Love that. That's it for me today. What did you think of the A Minecraft Movie teaser trailer? Are you gonna give this movie a chance? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and have a wonderful day.